Focus the line on the suspect before we lose them.
Vandal at work in my patrol sector?
Affirmative.
Book 'em, Dano!
You have the right to remain silent.
On Apollo intersection 8.
On foot! Call for backup!
Assistance is available.
Arrest her!
You have the right to remain silent.
With Steam giving this a 9 out of 10 and a 7 out of 10 from IGN, and with frequent updates that are impressing the community, this game really is worth your buck. You play as a cop named Nick Cordell, who joined the force because of his father's death, who happened to be a police officer. You work with an officer by the name of Officer Kelly, who is your partner in crime. You two, under the command of your chief, will go after the two main bosses that run the city, take them down, find evidence, and uncover a conspiracy that everybody keeps talking about. But don't worry, we'll keep this video spoiler free. Enjoy, and thank you for checking out my video. Alright, first things first. You play as a cop, where you can also customize your shift as time goes on. The main missions in the game are story-driven missions. When I say story-driven missions, I mean like everything stops around you and you have to go complete it. Now, every day you can select the type of patrol you want to go on and look for variations such as gun control or DUIs, traffic, or after drugs. Every day you walk outside of the precinct and anything could happen. And it's quite fun, makes everything interesting, and you never know what kind of trouble you and your partner will get into. You'll get call-outs from burglaries, you'll get call-outs from car thefts, you'll get call-outs for gang shootouts, drug deals, DUIs, all sorts of typical cop stuff, and you have the option to respond to them, or you can just stumble across them, which is actually quite interesting. Sometimes you'll come across a guy doing a drug deal, and sometimes you'll come across a dude stealing a car. There are different variations too, such as the helicopter patrol, where you can just fly around with the pilot, or if you don't want to get shot at, you can just play as the pilot and just fly around and track people and stumble across stuff and call in for backup. It does come with a dynamic weather system as well. Some days and nights are clear, while some are rainy and foggy. Sometimes you can get more than just one weather pattern on your shift, and it makes it pretty interesting. I actually enjoyed seeing all the rain because all the colors and street lights and neon signs with the rain mixing, it made everything bleed together, and it looked actually very good and very cool with this style. Whenever you take the suspects in, though, you can book them and get a little extra more XP. Though you can also just call in a escort vehicle, and if you don't have the room or you don't have the type of vehicle, you can have an escort vehicle come over and get the suspect and take him in for you. You still get the XP, but just not as much.
Let's see what fresh hell awaits us.
At the end of your shift, ranking up happens by going to your desk at the police station. You'll get the prompt saying that your shift has ended and to report back to the precinct. As you progress through the ranks, you will unlock new missions, or shifts as they are called. Every shift you will come across some evidence that will help you track down and unlock crime boss missions in the city. Level progression is easy and straightforward. A few ranks you'll get unlocks such as weapons or new police cruisers. While you rank up, you will also get points to use for upgrades, like stamina, more health, weapon slots, and commands. Now speaking of upgrades and all that fun stuff and the command wheel, there are times though on shift you will need to call backup. Now while calling for backup, you will see this mini bar at the very top of your screen that fills up based off how you're doing in the pursuit, taking people in, shooting at people, or chasing a vehicle. You'll see it fill up and you can use those prompts to call in for backup, such as a police chopper, escort pickup, roadblocks, but that's just to name a few. You do even have the option to control your own lights and sirens on the patrol cruiser. There are numerous siren sounds that you can use, and you can select from your favorite one to the typical one to the British style one, and then you can also just have it on random where it will just cycle through the siren. Now in gunplay though, it is easy once you get the hang of it though, although it has its moments, but that's far and few between. You do get a variety of weapons that you can use as you progress through the rank system. You can always change out your weapons and restock ammo in the back of your cruiser, no matter where you are and no matter what's going on. It's quite nice if you want to change it up, and actually, if you need ammo, just run back and restock really quickly. You get 3 weapon slots. You get your primary service pistol, a non-lethal taser that you can switch out for something else, and a long weapon, such as a shotgun or a rifle of some sort. You do get an AK, an M16, and a rifle, I believe is the M14. You can simply get these weapons just by ranking up, by doing your shifts day by day, and trying to get as much XP. Suspects, charges, and mission types. The suspects will run, fight, or surrender to you. Remember to use the proper force against them, because if you don't, you will get penalized and you'll lose XP. Plus, at the very end of your shift, you can see the other police officers in the area and see their points. So it's kind of like a scoreboard, who has the best points, who has the highest XP. It's kind of fun going against the NPCs, not that it really even matters. When it comes to arresting and charging and booking people, basically you arrest them, you escort them back to the precinct, you take them up to the front desk, you book them, they take them away. It's simple. But you can automatically or manually charge them. In the settings, you just select the wheel and then you go over to manual or automatic. I usually have it on automatic, so everything's a lot quicker and I can get to the next call. The more calls you complete, the more XP you get. Officer Kelly will also give you suggestions. If you screw up, you'll find out, you'll see it, it will say negative so much XP for failure to detect something, such as a breathalyzer or a weapon on them, or maybe you didn't search their trunk or didn't ask for their ID and they had a warrant. With Officer Kelly though, once when he detains someone, you automatically get that XP, and it's actually quite nice. As you progress, you will get skills and unlocks. The recent update of the game has been listening to the community for sure. You can change your character's uniform and unlock other uniforms, such as a typical all-black uniform, the winter uniform, rain uniform, and street clothes, just to name a few. You can also unlock paint styles and light bars for your cruisers, and apply them to all cruisers, so all the other police cars that you come across will have them. While most missions will take place on the streets, the main story missions and boss fights will take place on rooftops, which is quite interesting. You can also find collectibles up there, collectibles out of a lockbox. They are scattered across the entire city. There are also hidden vehicles that you can find across the map. There are special unique vehicles. They're unmarked police cars that you can use. These unmarked cars are scattered across the map and you can find them pretty much anywhere. They're all themed off of something. There is also the subway station. You can take the subway station and fast travel anywhere across the map. If you want to get somewhere quick, take that. If not, I mean, driving works too. After all, it is a really small map. When it comes to the sound design, I mean, everything sounds like it should. Cars sound like cars, crashes sound pretty good. They sound crunchy too, hearing everything break apart, or metal on metal, or you flying through debris, or breaking a fence, or driving through a park and hitting everything in your path. The destruction sound effects sound really good. The gun sound effects sound very good as well. All the guns sound punchy and as if you're doing a lot of damage. The way the guns sound, they sound like they're from an action movie from the 80s and 90s. That I do kind of like. The sirens on the vehicles, they sound like sirens. I can't complain. There's really not a whole lot to it. I mean, they did a good job with the sound design. Everything sounds the way it should. Guns sound punchy. The police cars with their sirens on sound good. The engines on the vehicles, they sound pretty generic, so nothing special there. The voice acting in general is actually pretty good. All in general, the sound is not bad. The sound's okay. It gets the job done. The game also has like a very synthwave soundtrack, so it's very 1980s synthwave when it comes to ambient soundtracks and action scenes and stuff like that during the story. And I actually quite like it. It captures the 80s, like I said earlier. When it comes to the replayability, the game is just a simple, nice cop game. You play as a cop, you go out, you bust crime, you take your perpetrators in for booking, and in some cases get into gunfights, which I got into gunfights quite often. It happens more than you think. Police chases as well. The replayability though is straightforward. It's rinse and repeat. It's constantly the same thing over and over. It got repetitive over and over and over and over. It was the same thing. You start your shift, you go out there, you bust the bad guy, you bring him in, rinse and repeat. Yeah, you can choose the day or night, the weather varies, and that's pretty much it. With most games having their own art style, this one sticks to the neon 1980s noir street style. With the rain soaking the streets, it's actually quite pretty seeing all the colors from the neon lights blend into the streets. The neon lights will light up the entire surrounding, which is quite nice, and just takes you back to that 1980s vibe of a police drama that you're in. The graphics, to me, are quite nice. I don't mind graphics that much, in all honesty. Some people might have a problem with it, I personally don't. The art style is definitely a love letter to GTA or the old school cop show back in like the early 90s, late 80s. Whatever. This game really focuses on being a top-down police simulator. It does a good job. It does a good job capturing and honing in on it, on that entire vibe, that aesthetic style. The Precinct is a love letter to top-down cop games from the past ones, such as GTA, the old GTA games where it's top-down, and others like it. It's fun, it's chaotic, and offers a compelling crime-fighting sandbox features. Although the map is quite small, but it's easy to navigate. The gameplay was fun and simple and easy to grasp. The gunfights were fun and the police chases were intense. Overall, this game deserves a 7 out of 10, in my opinion. But I'll leave that up to you. The game was fun, the story was very interesting, and it had a huge plot twist that even I didn't expect. The game, though, is very straightforward with the rinse and repeat of replayability. You just wake up at the police station, you start your shift, you go out after the bad guy, and you bring him in, and that's it. And you can unlock new uniforms, you can unlock new police cars, and work your way up and upgrade your police character as time goes on. The only real main issue I had with this entire game was just the replayability. It gets repetitive over and over. It's the same thing, I can't stress that enough. But it's still a very well done police game. You just want to sit around and bust guys with DUIs, then don't answer any calls and just sit around and wait for them to come your way. You want to look for gang fights, then drive around and ignore everything else until you find one that catches your attention. You want to fly around in a helicopter and just do that stuff and just fly around and patrol and call out anything you see and request backup so ground forces can move in? So be it, go ahead and go do it. It does offer quite a few different play styles, which is nice. Hell, if you even want to drive around in a civilian car, an unmarked car, while wearing civilians, do that, and you can roleplay that you're undercover if you wish. Which is kind of nice coming up to drug deals, because they won't expect you as a cop until you flash your badge or tell them to get down on the ground and freeze and stuff. The game all around is fun. You got 2 massive crime gangs that you're hunting down, and you have to bring them in with evidence. Though some of the guys you do end up putting a bullet in, but some of them you bring into justice. That's just what happened to me. It might be different for you, though. Though the game is actually a huge love letter to previous games, such as like True Crime's New York City or Sleeping Dogs, or the old Grand Theft Auto games. This game does a fantastic job capturing that. I mean, you don't see a whole lot of cop games anymore, especially that is a arcade sandbox where you can pretty much do what you want. The game gives you quite a bit of freedom doing what you want to do as the cop. I say the Precinct is totally worth your time. It's only $40, still a phenomenal game. I even restarted it because it was just that fun, and I think you would enjoy it as well. But I'll leave that up to you. Don't forget to leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.